I'm going to speak about the responsibility that the governor has put on the Department of Health. Now, for the record, I did submit these questions to um, our wonderful health department. So this is not a gotcha moment. It's a true question. So upon considering, so I'm looking at the actual emergency order. It reads, upon reopening in August, all school boards and charter schools governing boards must open brick and mortar schools at least 5 days a week for all students, subject to the advice and orders of the Florida Department of Education, local departments of health, Executive Order 2149 and subsequent executive orders. And so my question to you, Ms. Boswell, is as the director of the Florida Department of Health, because you have been called upon by the governor to advise the school district, do you feel that based on current data, understanding that we are talking about today, do you feel that the current COVID rates for our county are conducive to the safe reopening of Volusia County schools at this time?
The Department of Health and all of the health officers around the state has asked the Department of Health for guidance with this question, because we're all being asked this question by school boards. And we've been advised that our role here is to just advise as to what can we do to make the environment in schools as safe as possible with COVID-19. It is not to make a decision on whether or not to open up a school.
Okay, thank you for that. My next question is, as the director of the Florida Department of Health, will you provide this board a date stamp letter indicating that based on a time certain date, you feel that schools are safe to open? Again, the order reads subject to the advice and orders of the Florida Department of Health. So are you able to provide that to our board for guidance?
The county health departments are not providing those letters.
Thank you. And my last question is, will you provide the board a letter within 7 business days of the start of school indicating that your department still continues to feel that the return of students and teachers to our brick and mortar school buildings continues to be safe?
It would only be advisement on how to make the environment safe.
Okay, and so now I'll turn to my colleagues and say that one of the things that we'll have to consider is that the Department of Health is not telling us that it is safe for students and teachers to come back to school. So upon that, I think it's going to really be on us to make that decision, because they are not, and again, no fault of yours, Ms. Boswell. I have dealt with your department in a professional manner, both career-wise and today, and all the work you've done for our school district. And it's unfortunate that the governor has put your office in a very uncomfortable position, because once again, the order says subject to the advice and orders of the Florida Department of Health. And again, I understand that you have been given this directive. However, in not having the advice of the Florida Department of Health, I personally don't believe that schools are safe to open. And so I am turning to the folks that are being told that we are supposed to be working with, and we are not getting that advice. So I have deep concern, and I truly believe that this burden is going to be on us. And that was all my questions. And again, for the record, these questions I did submit before time. They were not gotcha questions. And I appreciate you. You have no idea. Like I said, I've dealt with the Florida Department of Health professionally, both in my occupation as well as your participation. And I greatly appreciate you